Blessings and love, my people. What's going on with y'all? All right, today we're gonna talk about soul wounds. You know what I mean? Soul wounds is a very important topic because a lot of people are dealing with soul wounds that they haven't addressed. You know what I mean? And they believe in angels but not demons. You know what I mean? You know, in the Bible, Jesus told. Uh, in the Bible, it's spoken that Jesus was saying that deliverance is the children's bread. You know what I mean? So a lot of people need deliverance. You know what I'm saying? Just because and this is a problem, I think, in a lot of church, they think just because you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, everything is going to be good, everything is healed. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? That's not the truth. And some Christians still dealing with soul wounds, which demons are attached to them. You know what I'm saying? Because of these wounds. You know what I mean? And soul wounds come from a lot of things like willfully sinning, you know what I mean, for not repenting for their pride, and mainly unforgiveness, you know what I mean. Unforgiveness is one of the biggest things. And people don't understand how big unforgiveness is. I'm going to keep preaching on unforgiveness because they think because they haven't forgave the person, it's going to hurt the person. It's really hurting them. You know what I'm saying? It's tormenting yourself because you're going to be forever reminded about that hurt and that pain. All right, it allows when you operate in these things like pride, unforgiveness, and willfully sin, you allow demons, you know what I'm saying, to get legal rights to torment you. You know what I mean? They're gonna be tormenting you throughout your day, reminding you of these wounds you have that you have. You know what I'm saying? And the hurt and the pain, you're gonna be reminded of it throughout the days, throughout the years, until you truly address those situations. You know what I mean? This comes from a lot of things, and you got to ask yourself, you know what I'm saying, why am I so angry? You know what I'm saying, why am I bitter? You know, why am I feels rejected all the time? Why am I jealous? You know what I'm saying, why do I envy people? You know what I'm saying, it's a core issue to that, you know what I mean, that make you feel those ways that you need to address. You know what I'm saying, and that's why I say a lot of people don't even understand how important deliverance is. You know what I mean? Like soul wounds come from a lot of things. You know, like your parents. Let's say, for instance, your parents raised you right, and they didn't show you love, or you was just raised with one parent. You know what I'm saying? And you felt rejected, or even at birth, it could come from as early as birth when your mom's pregnant and she wanted a boy and not a girl, or vice versa. That rejection comes in, you know what I'm saying? Or you felt like they told you one day that they didn't want you, or they didn't love you, or you was a mistake. You know, that brings rejection, you know what I'm saying? And you remember you be tormented by those things, you know what I'm saying? I understand how important that those words is in a kid's life. It is power to words, you know what I mean? And kids think about that throughout their whole life when you say these type of things, or even feeling abandoned, like one of your parents didn't want you, you know what I'm saying, or even a spouse uh, abandons you, or didn't treat you right, or love you right, you know what I'm saying, and you're hurt from those things, and you're dealing with unforgiveness, you know what I'm saying. That unforgiveness is what will let demons attach to you and have legal rights to torment you and remind you of these things over the years, you know what I mean. So that's what, or even like things like growing up being sexually molested, raped, you know what I'm saying, or touched sexually, or exposed to porn early, you know what I'm saying. That's why you're dealing with a lot of lust. You don't understand why you're so lustful. You feel me? Those things, as demons attached to that things, that lustful spirit. You know what I'm saying. So it's soul wounds. So you gotta heal the soul first. You know what I mean. You can go to all the therapists and psychologists and all that type of things. You know what I mean? They're gonna tell you all the type of things that's on the physical level, but not on the soulful level. You know, the spiritual level that needs to be addressed. You know what I mean? So they might put you on some meds or something like that and say, you know, just this will help you. You know what I mean? But it's not going to help you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to keep you in more bondage, and that's what happens. People go to things of the world. You know, they try to heal these soul wounds that they got, like the alcohol and the drugs. You know what I mean? And even things like going to New Age practices. You know what I'm saying? Like grabbing sage or going to get tarot card readings and stuff like that, trying to figure out what's wrong with them. Not understanding that becomes a form of idolatry, and you go into the creation instead of the creator. You know what I'm saying? You need these things, and then you be in bondage to these things. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say sin will take you farther than when you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, and you'll pay a price you don't want to pay, man. It's so real. So take care of these things. Even like growing up being bullied, you know what I'm saying, or someone bullies you and or you use negative words towards you, you know what I'm saying, and you haven't addressed those issues, you know what I mean, and you have that in you, and you haven't really addressed it, it'll bring torment to you, you know what I'm saying. Soul wounds could include many things that happen and that are very painful, you know what I'm saying, just from a parent yelling at you all the time and screaming at you, or you receiving physical abuse all the time. Those are soul wounds that you have to get addressed. You can't just, you know what I mean? You can't just let those type of things go. You got to deal with it, you know what I'm saying? It could be as on a minor scale, like a parent that ignores you, or a parent that hasn't showed you the right love and affection, or a spouse that haven't showed you the right love and affection, like Christ loved the church, or a parent that never told you they loved you or hugged you, you know what I'm saying? Or a teacher that told you wouldn't be nothing growing up, you know what I'm saying? It gives you these failure ideas, or a church leader. That's what mostly people happen in church, because they dealing with soul wounds. So the church people will be the main ones hurting other people, running people away from the church. That's a part of the problem, because a lot of churches don't teach on deliverance, you know what I'm saying? Or even from a relative making negative comments or hurt you and deeply, that always talked about you when you came around, because they're going through, you know what I'm saying, things they need to be addressed. Or a parent or spouse who controls you and made you want to do everything that they wanted and criticize you on making your own decisions throughout the day. That can hurt you deeply too. Or a friend that divulged in your secrets, you know what I mean, and told people you're sharing your secrets, your greatest things that you told them, and so it hurts you, you know what I'm saying, and it brings an unforgiveness in you, you know what I'm saying. They gossiping about you, you know what I'm saying. It brings pain to you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta forgive, you know what I'm saying, to get past these things, even though you think it's not for you, it's really for you. Or a person that accuses you of being a person you used to be, you know what I'm saying, in your past. And you know what I'm saying, when you struggle with living for God, you know what I'm saying, and those type of things create soul wounds, you know what I'm saying. And a relative that mocks you, presuming what you want to do, be in your life, you know what I'm saying. Or going through a painful divorce, or ex-spouse, you know what I'm saying, or a sudden death. You lose a very close loved one and spouse, you know, or illness, or trauma, or a car accident. It's a sudden loss. Soul wounds could be a various of painful things, words, actions, and traumas that come against you, you know what I mean? And it gives you this anger, you know what I'm saying, this depressedness, this bitterness, this anxiety, you know what I'm saying, that only could be healed by God, you know what I'm saying? But we go through other things that make us more in bondage, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to teach you, like, a lot of people need deliverance, you know what I'm saying, and need help addressing these soul wounds, because it's an internal problem, you know what I'm saying, that you need to address, you know what I'm saying, that you're going through, you know what I'm saying. So I pray for my people, you know what I'm saying, because hurt people, that's like the realest thing I ever heard, is hurt people, because it's true, you know, it's very true, you know what I mean. A lot of hurt people is hurting people because something they are dealing with internally, you know what I mean. And ask yourself, why do I feel this way? You know what I'm saying? Ask God, help me get to the core issue of this, you know what I'm saying? Let me release this, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, it could be a dangerous thing to hold on to those things, and it's just building up on you, on your soul, you know what I'm saying? And you will never operate in the fruits of the Spirit by these things, having the love, peace, patience, joy, happiness. You know what I'm saying? You always be operating in the flesh, you know what I mean? Man, I hope this bless some of y'all. Blessings and love.